Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to lovely Whistler up in Canada, where we're going to be doing a bit of random HEMS work. I don't know if you caught the Twitch stream last night, but flew out here with Richard. He was in H145 as well, just mooching around really. Had a few technical difficulties. You can't beat a good stream with good technical difficulties, but managed to get to the bottom of those. And I did say that I quite liked the idea of doing another stream tonight, but doing some HEMS work. And then I thought, I'll do it on YouTube, because I've never done a stream on YouTube, so this is the first YouTube stream. So yeah, should be interesting. But really looking forward to giving this a try. Where is it? Have I still got the... I can never remember the name of the... It's the Random and Everywhere, I think it is. I've put a link in the notes for the video. But the idea is what it says. It randomizes events, so it's coupled with the action pack expansion. It's great fun. So give that a try and see what comes our way. But it's a little bit blowy. It's not exactly sunny, that's for sure. But this is live weather, and I thought, you know, might as well just take it as it comes, see what comes our way. Right, okay, let's get everyone on board. And while we do that, it is a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for joining the first stream. If anyone isn't a member of the Discord, then I shall just pop down here in the chat the link. We post screenshots, talk about helicopters, aeroplanes, we have group flights, all that kind of stuff. Really good community of people who know a lot about flight simming and aviation in general, and also history. So, yeah, if ever you've got any technical issues or anything, there's usually someone there that can answer it. Hello, Sparky. How are you doing, mate? Honour to have you here, sir. And Sam, good to have you here as well, mate. Yeah, Welly Shark. Yeah, I know. I recognise the. I recognise your name. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining. Right. Okay. So let's get going, because I need to get in the air and start focusing on what we're doing. So we need battery down to engage. Just to wake that up, we'll put the position and the anti-collision on. We want prime pump on. Leave everything else for the time being. Have a look down here. Power up test OK, so that's all good. We can now put engine 1 to idle. And let's have a look. N1 rising. Torque now rising. Nothing scary happening elsewhere, that's good. Okay, engine 1 has now gone to idle, so that's absolutely fine. We can now put engine 2 up to idle. Have a look at all the needles, don't want anything dangerous. Hey Alistair, how you doing? Oh, you've not... There's quite a few helicopter videos on the channel, but it's my guilty pleasure. It's actually this this helicopter, this high-performance group H145 that got me into it. Okay, so both of those are now idle. Everything's looking fine on the engine. So we now pop back up to the top. Transfer pumps on. Prime pumps off. Let's have all the avionics on there. We'll also put the DC power. That's for the guys in the back, so they can plug in their iPhones and their game gears and whatever the latest handheld game device is. I suppose it's Steam Deck, is it? I don't know. Right, LAVCS to PAX. Sorry, to pilot. Come back. That was to pilot. Right, and we'll have the strobe on as well. Put the pitot heat on. Quick check down here at the panel. Is it telling me I've done anything silly? No, that's fine. Everything on the top section is okay. We'll now slot the computer in. We're not going to be using the GTNs, but I'll have them on. Actually had some fun earlier in the week. Doing, say earlier in the week, it was
system test okay.
Last week, trying out autopilot functions in this, which I've never really done with it. Hey Ed, how you doing? Do you have specific helicopter controls, or are you using standard controls? Do you mean like the physical controllers? I've got a Warthog stick on a Verpil Warbird base, and then I've got a Bravo throttle quadrant, and I'm just using one of the levers on that for the collective, and that's it really. Oh, and then I've got the Thrustmaster TPR pedals, but I've bound the controls to the sim helicopter controls. Yes, I have seen the HPG 160 announcement, and I must confess one of the reasons I'm spending a bit of time back with the H145 after doing some GA and Warbird flying is that I cannot wait to get my hands on the 160. They've announced that they're doing an action pack expansion for it as well, which yeah, I'm really excited about that. Big helicopter, wheels, retractables, all that kind of stuff. Using that for the kind of work that we're going to do today is going to be really interesting, I think. So definitely looking forward to that, and there will be a video coming to the channel as soon as I can get one up. Okay, engines to flight. Quick check of our needles and everything. That's fine, so that's looking good. They've all gone to green now. I've not messed with adding weights and that sort of thing. Crew could probably do with being a little bit higher, but anyway, we will leave it there. Okay, right, just have a quick look up at the top again. I've done everything I need to do there, haven't I? Not done anything silly. Yeah, happy with that. Okay. So now, this is the slightly tricky bit. Tricky only in that I'm probably a little bit rusty with trying to do it. So we go to map submissions. There we go. Into the mission library. And random and everywhere. So it's connecting to Operations Center, receiving dispatch. There we go. So connected with HEMS Operations Center, no dispatch available. Blah blah blah. Da, 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 da. Okay, so maximum range. I will leave there. No, actually, let's bring that down a bit because I don't want us to. I want to try and localize. I want to fly around this immediate area rather than going off anywhere in particular. Right, that's fine. And there we go. Oh, we just need to go down here, don't we? No casualties, that's fine. Yep. Rescue vehicles nationality, I'll leave it at auto. Leave the default at medium. There are... Jeez. Oh, got a dispatch. There are consequences with this. Your patient will die if you're not careful. Right, except power transformer exploded, causing injuries to people.
Cabin
Right.
preparation. Please wait.
We'll take the shout. How's the sound? But how is the sound? Can you hear me? Can you hear the sim sounds okay? I'm going deaf, so I've got everything wound up pretty high. Right, okay. So at least one injured. High voltage power transformer exploded with hot oil leak and fire smoke. Cheers, Sparky.
Cabin preparation complete.
No rescue vehicles at location awaiting more info. Okay, so Let's get that down there and let's head off. So now I need to start concentrating on flying. So trim release on. Start feeding in some power. Going to back away from the buildings a bit. Put some collective on. And let's have a look where we want to go. Because we don't want to go into the trees. And the mountains we definitely don't want to go into. And that gorgeous scenery around
Terrain
there.
ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
You can be quiet.
Caution. Terrain.
V wide.
We'll do the, where is it? Bing, we'll do the tools inhibit up here as well, because otherwise, flying around mountains, that's going to drive us absolutely bonkers. So yeah, as I was saying, there's consequences, so it's kind of timing you as you're on the way and rescuing, and then, getting the casualty to the hospital. Huge thank you to Richard. I don't know if Richard's watching, but flying with Richard last night, and he actually found some scenery for this area to use for this kind of thing, so that was great. A little bit of turbulence there. Let's put that in there. Just doing a bit of thinking ahead. Put that into hover mode. There we go. Just keep an eye over there. And then we'll get the synthetic vision just in case. Just trying to get some height and stay away from the high ground
Watch
a
out.
little bit.
Reduce collective now.
Let's turn down these displays. That's better. What I love about this is that everything is simulated so well. The fact you can turn down, control the brightness of the displays, all that kind of stuff. It's all there, which is why I'm really excited to see what they've done with the 160. Okay, let's get some momentum going now that we've got some height. Yeah, you're right, Alistair. It just all kind of adds to it, doesn't it? It's great fun flying this at night. It's great fun flying it in VR. The way they put it together is really good. I actually, my mother-in-law, bless her heart, put a VR headset on her and flew her around the hotel that she stays in when she goes on holiday to Cyprus. And she was waving at the hotel, and she said to me, "Can they see us?" She was so immersed in it, and that's kind of what VR does in this helicopter. It feels so solid. Okay.
500.
So wind the map out a little bit, try and get an idea of where this is. Oh, it's a fair old distance. Kind of going as the crow flies, but might have been quicker actually if I'd wound the map out before and just gone down through the valleys. I wasn't expecting it to be quite so far. And it looks like we're coming up into the cloud a little bit now. Over the top. There we go, into the cloud. So yeah, it's definitely not sightseeing, but just makes it more atmospheric, really, doesn't it? the distances on the mission map for the next one. So this is where this synthetic vision is so useful, because visibility now, as you can see, is not fantastic. We are now effectively IFR. There is a pretty good full kind of autopilot on this as well, but I tend to try and hand fly it. But you can see now why autopilot would be quite useful. And we're getting a bit of icing, so we need to deal with that. Just try not to take my eyes off the window. Right, icing. It's here somewhere, I know it is. Ventilation, let's have a look through. Actually, never flown it somewhere where I've needed to use the de-icing before. Check out the front again. Conscious that there's mountains around. That's the internal. Speed. Not really much reference to the ground at all. Right, I can see that now, but we really do need to sort out this icing issue. Right. Going to keep that climbing. Come on, where's the de-icing? Should be somewhere obvious. It's not that, it's not that. I feel like I've seen it a million times, but just never used it. Let's try these. I don't think that's going to do it, but at least we've got the synthetic vision to keep us going. Looks like we're just coming above the cloud here. That'll teach me. Come to a place like Whistler at this time of year and not have actually ever used the bleeding de-ice. I can put the A-trim back on now. I really do feel like it's staring me in the face. The ice is definitely dissipating now. I'm not sure if that's just because we've come out of cloud or whether pushing the defrost in has worked. I suspect not. Anyway, let's get down. We're out of the cloud now. This poor chap's going to peg it by the time we get there. I was saying on a recent on the TBM flight, never ever consider myself an expert, as you can tell, and I quite often like doing flights like this.
VNE.
Doing flights like this where you kind of chuck everything at yourself to, you know, kind of learn where the weak points are and learn where learn what you need to focus on. And a simple thing like that with, you know, defrost. I've just never flown it anywhere where I've needed to do that. And when you actually stop and think about it, you should know exactly where that is. Luckily, in an aircraft like this with synthetic vision, I, you know, kind of bought myself a bit of time to be able to find where it was. And I don't know if that is it, but it did seem to help. Yeah, I agree, Alistair. My first flight sim was also Scion flight simulation on the ZX Spectrum, and my dad bought me a Spectrum and that for Christmas. I think really because he wanted to have it. But I did get hooked, and it's funny because, I mean, you know, it was so basic. I think there was, what was it, 3 airports, 2 lakes, 3 beacons or something like that, and joysticks that were digital, so it was click up, click down. I think you could get analog joysticks for the Spectrum at the time, but I just had the really basic one. But we just thought it was amazing, and at the time my dad was in the Air Force, and we were based at RAF Lossiemouth, and he used to get Buccaneer pilots round and get them to have a go on it, and also was a Digital Integrations fighter pilot. He'd have all these buck pilots
500.
with the kind of trademark RAF fighter pilot moustache that they used to have back in the 70s and the early 80s, all sitting around this tiny ZX Spectrum, all marvelling at the technology. It's just crazy. Love the colours at the moment. This is AccuSee,
500.
and yeah, it's just beautiful. I'm just going to turn my headset down a bit because that was deafening.
500.
So we're about halfway now. This is definitely a lot further than I envisaged wanting to go with these. As I said, I wanted to keep them local, but I think I just need to check the settings.
500.
So we can do that when we finish this one. Maybe see if there's time to do another one. Lovely
500.
beach down there. I was saying on the stream yesterday as well, it's actually really nice to fly in Canada. I'd not done it since there was the World Update, and we had a group flight up in it's Bella Coola, around there in Tiger Moss, and apart from it taking forever, there were all sorts of issues with mesh with the scenery, and yeah, it didn't look particularly fantastic. So I've not really been back since, but it looks good now. I like it. Let's have a look outside. Let's get back inside. Did that yesterday on the stream and nearly flew into a mountain. One must always have one's priorities. I love this helicopter so much, I really do. The fact that it's got all these systems, it's really is study level. I'm only really scratching the surface. And it's just gorgeous to fly. And you get to do this mission stuff as well. I don't know what made me go out and buy this. never really done a great. Well, I've never really flown helicopters in civilian sims. I haven't really flown them in any sim since Digital Integration's Tomahawk around about 1980. No, actually, no, that's a lie. No, Gunship 2000. Gunship 2000 on the Amiga. I think that was the other one that I probably got into. But I got this, and it goes against everything. Like the glass cockpit, I like Spitfires and Hellcats and things that smell of oil and petrol and have got steam gauges and all that kind of stuff. That's what I like. And I would never want to fly an aeroplane with this kind of avionics suite in it. But in this helicopter, it just works. It all comes together. The missions, the functionality, it all just comes together. So yeah, I was going to say, thinking of the functionality, this has got a really very clever autopilot in it. It's got a autopilot kind of hover mode, which is really useful when you are trying to rescue someone. I tend to try and do it manually, not because I'm trying to be clever or anything, but because it's more challenging, and I kind of think I need to learn to fly it before I start letting the computer do all the work, if that makes sense. F-19 stealth fighter, yeah, I don't know if I had that one, you know. TFX. Oh, it was TFX, and then it was God, what was the one with the first one with the Typhoon? There was TFX, then EF2000, or was that the second one with the Typhoon? Great fun. I think it was EF2000. Yeah, that's it. I think it was EF2000.
500.
The first time I ever flew multiplayer in a sim, and a friend of mine connected up our PCs using a serial cable, I think it was, and we just couldn't believe that we were like flying a Typhoon 2 ship over Norway. We thought we were Tom Cruise, you know, it was crazy, but great fun. Hey Chicken Strip, how you doing? So, yeah, this is a bit longer than I expected, but it's quite nice to have a little flight. I was hoping this to be less en route stuff, more actually action, rescuing kind of stuff. Be amazed if this guy is still alive. Hey Chinook, how you doing? Good to have you here again. We have no technical difficulties so far tonight, you'll be pleased to know, after last night. Mind you, let's face it, that's just giving it the kiss of death, hasn't it, me saying that? Should have thought of that. Should have thought of that. Not smart. God, I do love flying this helicopter. When I've been doing a bit of streaming on Twitch, it always... flying like this almost feels a little bit selfish, because I don't know how much of an entertainment this is for you, but to actually fly it is beautiful. And the scenery is just stunning. I think I need to spend more time flying up around Whistler. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree, Alistair. And one of the biggest challenges I had, certainly more so in the earlier days, was when there wasn't much in the way of add-ons. I was still flying in P3D, still flying A2A in P3D, and then as the add-ons started getting better and I started spending more time in MSFS, I then found it really difficult to go back to P3D. Just because the visuals, the lighting, everything just feels so much more immersive. actually, so I'm just messing with my head tracking. I've actually uninstalled P3D now. Right, so we're coming up. We're not a million miles away, so let's start winding the map in a bit. We've been so long, you can probably almost hear the screams of the casualty. He's thinking, oh God, here I am in this beautiful scenery in Canada. I could have had all the might of the Canadian Rescue Services coming to get me, and instead I've got this amateur from the UK. Must be gutting. Anyway, we'll see. Still, at least the weather's not bad. Lucky with the weather. This is live weather. And there's not much in the way of winds. The visibility is pretty good. It was a bit crap as we went over the mountains just before we got the icing, but it is rather lovely. Let's get some speed on. I'm spending so much time gawping and looking at the scenery, I keep forgetting that we actually do need to get to the casualty. Priorities. We're on a mission. By the way, if there is anyone in the live chat who can 100% confirm the de-icing for the windows, I think I might have fixed it, but it would be rather cool if someone knows for sure. I don't want to look at it now because I'm just coming through here. Hey Trip, oh okay. Yeah, it's beautiful up here, isn't it? I can see why. Stunning scenery. I think I said on the stream last night that to fly, to work up here, flying helicopters must be just beautiful. Right, so there we go. We've got the defog still in. So I pushed the defog in, assuming that would at least help with the icing issue. Trip, you might be able to help. So de-icing, windscreen de-icing in the H145. Is it the defog in, or is it something else that I've missed? Yeah, I really do need to stop faffing about and get some speed on. I'm so busy sightseeing and chatting, I'm forgetting. And every time I start looking around going, oh, look at that, isn't it lovely? My speed's bleeding.
500.
So let's go into steely-eyed airwolf mode and get some speed on. If I follow that road, we should be alright. Yeah, I need to get that NZ scenery. Well, okay, this is interesting. So again, when they did the New Zealand update, I went to New Zealand and the scenery was a little bit odd. And interesting, that's exactly the kind of stuff I was seeing. See those kind of lines, that kind of almost like striations, but it's obviously where the texture has just stretched. And then just up there on the side of the mountain where you've got photo scenery of kind of trees, it looks like a photograph of the top of a broccoli. And there was a lot of that going on. Now maybe they've improved it, but I do want to look at that Milford Sound because I flew a lot of the Orbex Milford Sound in P3D and absolutely loved it. It's beautiful round there, so I need to have a look. Okay, so using a switch for that. Yeah, Mounty Mountain is a good description. I do wonder if it's defog. I don't know. I don't use much in the way of key bindings because I tend to stupidly like to flick switches in the virtual cockpit. Although in this helicopter there, I have got some key bindings just to make life a little bit easier. But I'm thinking that defog must have done it. There's nothing. We'll have a look and see. I don't know if we're going to be winching or landing for this one. If we're landing, when the engines are in idle, I might just have a quick look. Yeah, I would. Well, the best thing to do, Trip, would actually be to read the manual. I nearly said something else then. You know what I nearly said. But unfortunately, with flying the helicopter, I can't really do either. But I think that's the answer. The overhead has temp controls. Right, okay, let's see what I... Hey Jim, how you doing, mate? Just watching these mountains at the moment. Right, hang on. Let's get back. This is not a good place to start flicking views around. I'm trying to be quick and not kill us all. Ventilation, yeah. Got the bleed heating. Hey Murdoch, hope you're well, mate. I've basically got anything that looks like heating. I've turned on.
We will find an ambulance not far away from accident site. They are unable to reach the site.
Oh, okay. Okay, so basically what that's... this is so cool. This is a free add-on that this guy's written, so it does these missions, and it's got voices and everything. Basically what that means is we've not got to fly, all the way back to the hospital, back at Whistler or Squamish or wherever it is. All we've got to do is pick the guy up from wherever we're going to find him, and then take him to the ambulance, which won't be far away. Looks like it's very close. So, right boys, are you ready? Yeah, they're like, what do you mean are we ready? We've been ready for the last bleeding half an hour. You faffing about gawping at the scenery. You promised us we weren't going to be flying for long, we were going to be doing lots of action. Yeah, it would, I totally understand. I think it must be really frustrating to not be able to get something like this. I love how you can see the shadow of the helicopter on the trees. You see that? I mean, that scenery is just goddamn beautiful. The colour of the trees. Cannot go back to P3D with this.
I set a possible hospital destination for our patient. Info available on tablet. We can confirm or change later.
Oh, so now he wants me to take him to the hospital. So that could mean that the guy, his state has worsened, I suppose. I don't know if it's that clever. But we'll see. I think what it will probably do is give us the choice. When we get down there, it might give us the choice to...
2 nautical miles from accident area.
To drop him off. Right, let's get concentrating on this now. That would be a bit embarrassing to fly all this way and then just bang into the wires. So, see if we can get a good picture of the where the casualty is. Let's wind this map out a bit. There it is. Sometimes you get like a smoke flare. So I'm going to come round and try and get a view
Rear
of the...
crew, we are approaching the landing site.
Thank you guys. Always there to help. It's funny doing something like this, which I know isn't real. You really do realise how useful having crew is. Right. What have we been dealt with? Okay, I see the smoke. That's quite kind in terms of landing sites. Quite flat. Where that tablet just gets right where you want to see where you're going.
We are reasonably close.
Thank you. I am glad we are reasonably close. I will now reasonably lower the helicopter to the ground. Please prepare to reasonably exit. Right, lads, out. Get the engines to idle. Did I put that to idle?
Rear crew, prepare for ground operation.
There we go.
Helicopter in position. Rear crew, clear to start operation.
A nasty feeling I just went too far there and then accidentally turned off engine number 2. Let's see. So, this is the bit. There we go. There goes the doctor. Off you go, fella. Oh, the other thing I should say is that it has got timings built into it, realistic timings. So, what it will do is it will, like when they're standing around doing nothing, it's timing how long it would actually take in the real world to be able to do the job that they're going to do. So they're going over there now. You'd like to think that they'd run over there a bit quicker. But anyway, we'll see. This is the scary bit now, because this is the bit where when they get in and you start hearing beeps and the conditions and everything. Right, so ground operations in progress, helicopter area clear, operations may take a while. Optional, takeoff is allowed if the area is not safe. I like it here, I like this view. Thank you, Trip. That's very kind of you, mate. That's very kind of you. Ah, look at that. What do we got? We've got an H145. Let's see who that is. One ping only. Heapster. Are you in the chat here? If you are in the chat, identify yourself. That was very nice, by the way. Heapster joined us last night in a Spitfire. I like his choice of livery for the H125 as well. Right, how we doing, boys? Yeah, they're still there. And then we can see in the back we've got all the machines that go ping and beep and all that kind of stuff. He's going to be absolutely fine. He's got nothing to worry about. Right, so yeah. So for the de-icing thing, we've got the push for defog. And let me do it on this one because it's better. What do we do? I turn the bleed air heating up. I've got the cockpit ventilation on high. We'll put the air conditioning on. Ventilation, give the lads in the back a bit of ventilation. The passenger might be quite happy for it as well. But otherwise, not seeing
Patient
any...
life signs are fading.
Oh, hang on.
Patient conditions are critical. We need extra time to stabilize for transport.
Okay,
Please wait.
that's all right, lads. Right, let's get a brew on. Oh. What do we got? Heart rate low. SpO2, guess that's oxygen, 95.9. Patient conditions, critical code 1, vital signs fading. Medical actions, patient cannot be transported until his conditions are stable. Heapster, good to have you here. Very nice H145 you out there. Right, yeah, what was that? De-icing. That's more to do with that. Yeah, don't know. I'm guessing that it's the I'm guessing it's either that there does something about it, because I think also it has to do something, it has to help heat the blades as well, I seem to remember, and I possibly that defog down there as well, although I'm not entirely convinced, but there's nothing else obvious. So it is that one then. Okay. Cheers, Platty. I gave it a good old plunge while we were in the icy bit, and it seemed to help. So that's good. Logic ruled the day. Evening, Womble. Hope you are well. I should say Womble Way. I shouldn't assume that it's Womble. I've got a mate who's got a cat called Womble, so that just kind of came out there. They really are having to work on this guy. Should we, let's jump. There we go. Let's come over and have a look and see what's going on. Yeah. Can you hear that? Oh, heck. She better not be doing that in the helicopter. This is a no grunting, whinging helicopter. Oh, the scenery. Sorry, whapping the cameras around. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, where's the soundtrack? Get that van off the hill. Look at that. God, I'd love to live here. Be torn between here and the Highlands. Maybe I could spend half the year. She's still at it. Come on. Matey in the high vis. I think you should be showing a little bit more compassion for your work colleague. I presume that's who she is. Can you tell us how this happened, please, sir? Can you tell us what actually caused this accident to happen? Because you're looking a little bit guilty, if I may say so, sir. A little bit guilty. You're trying not to laugh. Hang on. Who's this fella? Sorry, we suddenly seem to have turned into the Mounties. Right, can I have your name, please, sir? And what are you in connection to the incident that's happened here? You're not really saying much. I can see your hands are a little bit muddy. Have you suffered any kind of trauma, sir? Okay. Yeah, he's not happy. Might need to just whisper in this guy's ear. Here. Watch that fella behind. He's looking well dodgy, and I don't want him anywhere near the helicopter, okay? Thanks. Right. Don't worry, love. We are nearly there. I feel almost guilty sitting in this lovely helicopter while all that's going on. Catch up with the chat. Amazed it's not raining. Me too. I honestly cannot believe this is live weather and it's just, I mean, gorgeous. Really is gorgeous. I mean, the wind is. Let's just get a little nav map up. Wind is 7 knots from 153. Are they getting any closer? Don't think so. Let me show you. I'll show you where we are. So where were we? We took off from here. From this little, from the Blackcomb Helicopters heli centre. Took off from there, and then we flew up here. And that's where we are at the moment. Beautiful scenery. Really is great. They're still at it. This is, look, I don't want to worry anyone, but this is not looking good. Okay, just want to prepare. Crew, you need to prepare for this not being good. Yeah, that's kind of what I imagined, Trip. I imagined it to be a bit like the Scottish Islands, where you have to plan for the dreich. But this is just gorgeous. I couldn't have set this better if I'd actually manually plumbed it in. It's just beautiful. I think the only thing I'd change was the time of day. Blimey neck, lads. So our options are going to be going to be let's widen the map out. We can drop off at the ambulance, and they said they'd marked a hospital. Which at this range might be a little bit difficult to try to see if there's anything obvious. I might drop off at the ambulance and then see if we can't. I really want to get back to Whistler. There's a hospital at Whistler with a helipad, and that was my plan here, was that we were going to use that. Now, he said he had plumbed in a hospital, but I'm not seeing what I think would be the hospital icon for that. Is the missions pack is with all the notification voice that you like mission 1. Okay, so this is the mission pack, which gives you the ability to fly missions and also some assets, but it's using the random and anywhere mod. There's a link in the notes down below for the mod, but it's brilliant. It just allows you. Okay, so anyone who's just joined, my original intention was that we weren't going to fly quite so far away from base. We were going to fly some local missions and just try and do a lot of them. But what's actually happened is that it took us quite some distance away. They are still working on it. Ground crew operations are taking more than usual. Patient needs to be stabilised for transport. Okay. Dispatch info. Do I need to click that? Oh, I'm really sorry, lads. I didn't realise you needed me to click that. I am sorry, lads. Oh, he's coming over now. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Looking all smug. Oh, actually, I think you'll find what you were meant to do is click the blue button that says stabilise. Do you know what? I've not had to do that before. So, she's conscious. She's 19. She's got a life score 0 to 100 at 19. That's not good. Patient condition is critical. That's not good. That is not good. So, oh, he's getting the trolley now. Look, I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but what I would have done, seeing as there were two of you Muppets over there, maybe take the trolley first and then load her onto it. Don't kind of come back. Yeah, I just wanted to be smug. Right. In all seriousness, what I was talking to about before about learning by mistakes and that sort of thing, that's I should read manuals and I should read notes, and this guy's put so much work into this. The least I should do is read the manual. Let's have a look. Where's it wanting us to go? Manually select unload patients here. Unload patient where? Where? Do you confirm location? Royal Inland Hospital. Let's do that. Okay, let's go to the hospital.
2 nautical miles from hospital.
2 nautical miles. That's my kind of
Patient on
hospital.
board. Take care.
You two. Watching you. Right. Okay. Let's get back into hairy helicopter pilot mode.
Cabin secure. Ready to
Engines
fly.
back to flight. Let's wind out the debris. Okay. Route set.
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site. Rear crew, prepare for ground operation.
Fellas, we haven't got anywhere near it. Surely that's not... That's not... Is that the hospital there? No, it can't be. Surely not. So, just thinking this through. Destination procedure started. But it said plotting the course to the hospital. No, that's not it. Or is it? Let's have a look. Come here. I thought he said he was plotting a course to the hospital. But he doesn't seem to have plotted a course. And now we've got these two fellas who are standing in front of us. Okay, what I'm going to do is take her over to the ambulance. Because I wonder if, I saw the hospital name and assumed that we were going to a hospital. But maybe it's the ambulance. Ah, okay. Okay, so where, if I wanted to, because it said about selecting it said it plotting the course to the hospital, what should I have clicked to do that? Because again, I've never had to do all that before, but maybe the mod has changed since I last used it. Sorry fellas, don't mean to get so close. Jesus Christ. Select manually. So if right, let's go back to idle. If he tells me he's plotted a course to a hospital, which is what he did, you can see. Oh, it's not there anymore. And it,
Helicopter in position. Rear crew, clear to start operation.
it has the name of the location. So you have to. It won't. There isn't a button to press to accept the selection that he has given you. You have to You have to select manually the one that he has given you. Is that what you have to do?
Patient has been deployed to the hospital. He is safe.
Well, there you go. That's all right. Patient is safe. These two are still looking the other way.
Cabin secure. Ready to fly.
Looking well dodgy. Right. Okay, what I'm going to do is... let's end the mission. Let's come back to here. And I'm going to restart it again. Random and everywhere. Right, accident maximum range. Let's wind it all the way back. Crew members, blah 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 blah. That's not good. That's not good. So at the moment, it's just doing. If you were here from the beginning, it's simulating the time it takes to get everyone set up, and then at some point it'll ping back into life. That's interesting. Okay, we got a shout. Students have fallen from school stairs and there is a suspicion of serious trauma.
Please wait.
And they've gone. Wow. I'm not saying anything, but I do wonder. Data query returned no results. Mission cannot continue. Well, that's not something you want to see, is it? Data query returned no results. Mission cannot continue. Okay. Ah, okay. You know your stuff, Platty, don't you? Okay, so I want to... How can I... Yeah, it's random and everywhere. I think it's called. It's because I'm in the middle of nowhere that I've kind of. I tell you what it is. Thinking about it logically, I've reduced the range at which I want to operate, and I'm in the middle of bloody nowhere, and I'm not really giving it much of a chance to work with what I'm giving it. So let's see. Let's abort that. You can actually do it, yeah, let's not complicate it. Let's not complicate it, that's for another time. Right, so the helicopter and the ability to fly HEMS missions is payware. The mod that I'm using here on the tablet is so I'm just going to reduce that a bit, is freeware. Let's try and get a bicycle versus car accident led to the injury of the ride. Okay, let's do
Cabin
that.
preparation. Please wait.
Surely we're not going to get a data error for that. At least one injured, waiting for info. Okay, no rescue vehicles at location. See, that's what I love about this, is all this background information that it gives you. It really does make you feel that you're getting involved in something. Okay. So it says cabin preparation
complete.
Well done, lads. Right, let's go. Just before I do that, yeah, okay, that's where I want to go. I'm just checking where my terrain is, where I can put the helicopter without. Oh, you idiot! Taking out into flight. Yeah, don't really want to suddenly go pranging into any mountains. Oh yeah, Alexis, definitely. It's great for practicing skills, if I'm honest. If you want to practice, using the automated systems like the autopilot hover mode, or you want to hand fly it like I like doing, then it's a great way of learning the ropes. It's a nice little lake there.
V toss.
We're flying again.
VY.
This is Western Europe, and if you turn up in an Airbus, you're getting shot down. I'm just telling you. Oh, thank you, Alexis. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Certainly don't consider myself any kind of expert, but I try and my videos are all about me learning how to do things, and showing mistakes and things. Sometimes hopefully that helps a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to make the mistake I made before of just trying to go over the top. I'm trying to thread it a little bit. Slowly get some height, but also keep the beams on. Okay, let's wind the map out a little bit more. Yeah, it's not far at all. That's good. This is kind of what I wanted. For those of you that have been good enough to be here since the beginning of the stream. I didn't want to do so much flying. I wanted to be more rescuing, more action, more things for you to laugh at while I tried to avoid trees and that kind of thing. So I'll just keep threading it through
Ambulance
here.
with no paramedic. Confirmed on scene.
Ambulance with no paramedic confirmed on scene. Okay.
500.
So again, what it's doing is shall I? No, I'm going to keep the nose down and I'm going to keep the speed up and fly around this mountain rather than trying to go over it. It's that little bit of immersion, the way it's just updating us. So now we've got an ambulance that's arrived without a paramedic. So again, you actually really do feel that you're involved in something. I just think it's great. I really do. To fly anywhere in the world that you want to in this beautiful helicopter that's so richly simulated, and do this kind of stuff. And I can't wait to see what it's going to be like in the H160. I really can't. Keep an eye on where we're going. No dicking about. Alexis, we do. You need to join the Discord. We have group flights on the Discord, and actually anybody can organise them. It's not necessarily just me organising them, but anybody can. If they're looking for someone to fly with, they can set up a group flight on the Discord. But yeah, we did
500.
that. We actually did last Sunday. Was it last Sunday?
I set a possible hospital destination for our patient. Info available on tablet. We
Right.
can confirm or change later.
Okay, I need to look at that because that's what I couldn't see before with the hospital.
500.
Yeah, we did our first helicopter group flight last weekend. I don't think it was last weekend, was it? Sunday before last, that's it. Sorry, I've been a little bit
2
ill
nautical miles from accident area.
the last week or so, and I've kind of lost all track of time. Right, there we go. I think I can just see the smoke flare up ahead, so I'm starting to anticipate now. So just coming back on the collective a little bit, raising the nose a little bit, and also I've got trim release now, just because it's so much easier to manoeuvre with trim release on. Yeah. So let's see what it's given us. Bearing in mind this is AI generated. It's not human hand placed, so
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
they sound so excited. I love it. Ross, that doctor on the scene. It seems there is one injured and an ambulance with no critical care. We will check and stabilise him if his conditions are for hoist operations. Cycle hoist switch from off to on. I think this might be a hoist job. Let's have a look. No, we can land. We can land. It's not too far, is it? Yeah, okay. Right. Bear with me. Gently come over here, drift over to the left. You see the hover mode there down on my pilot's display. It makes it so much easier to get an idea of your kind of velocity vector. Yeah, that's not too bad, is it? Okay, let's. Blown around a little bit, feels like. Getting blown around a fair bit, actually. Right, come on. Come on.
We are reasonably close.
I know we are reasonably close, but we're reasonably over water as well, old boy. And unless you want to get your feet wet, which I very much doubt, I think we should just gently come over here, get as close as we can, gently come over. Come on, let's have a bit more. This is where having a human crew that would calling out distances against trees and that sort of thing would be really useful. There we go. There we go. Okay. Down. Right, engines to idle. Now this is where last time, there we go. I think yes, right. Instead of rolling the wheel, I should just click it, because then there's
Rear
less
crew,
chance of me
prepare for ground
accidentally doing
operation.
anything.
Helicopter in position. Rear crew, clear to start operation.
Oh, there, right there. Let's see if I can. There we go. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's her again. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Hang on. You weren't there before. You. Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Didn't I just see you over in the other valley? Scene of another incident. Oh, I see you're still giving it the silence treatment, sir. Okay. You can't park that there. Yeah, no wonder you're looking sheepish. Don't ever laugh at my helicopter flying when you're parking your ambulance like that. Anyway. Right. Let's start trying to be a little bit serious here. So, ground operations in progress. Helicopter area clear. Operations may take a while. Optional takeoff is allowed if the area is not safe. Let's get the dispatch info up. 38 years, female conscious, RTC bicycle versus car, no details provided, evidence, blah blah. Info from doctor, estimated ground operation time 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Who wants to sing a song? Just catching up on the chat. Spin it around to face the wind. Yeah. Latty or map the engine condition. Switch to a yoke. I must have missed something there. I don't know what it is. Chinook, does look very suspicious. Very suspicious. Are you carrying your personal weapon? He's looking very confident. Incidentally, if you didn't catch the stream yesterday on Twitch, in a previous video I'd mentioned about how this chap's got an RAF Squadron badge, 84 Squadron from RAF Akrotiri, who fly, this repaint is a tribute to an 84 Squadron Griffin helicopter. Anyway, he's got Royal Navy epaulets, and I'd kind of made a comment on that in a previous video, and the guy who Panther Repaints, who made this beautiful repaint, actually quite rightly pointed out that there are some Royal Navy Fleet Aeron pilots on the squadron, so that's actually very realistic, and I like
Patient
that.
life signs are fading.
Oh, come on. Yeah, air, I guess that's how you pronounce it. I think it's a lot easier if you do fold it away, because it does get in the way. As you were struggling with the yellow switches. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think so. The reason I was struggling is because I was trying to roll it with the mouse wheel instead of just clicking it. If you just click it, it's not a problem at all. But I mouse wheeled it before, and out of habit, and damn near turned the engine off. You've done it again with the trolley, haven't you? Hey, there we go. We've got our friendly H145 with us. Wasn't that a train? The ambulance has just gone. Did you see that? H125, was that a train in the 70s? It's a Walter. Is that a regular flying suit there? Is that those gloves actually the proper gloves, or you just bought those off eBay and pretending, eh? I had a very embarrassing incident a few months ago. Actually, I've got a flying jacket with a couple of patches on it for different things that I support, Spitfires.com, and then also Typhoon Restoration. And this guy in a garage thought I was an RAF pilot. He said, "Oh, you're a pilot, aren't you?" And I was like, "No, definitely not going to pretend." Right. Okay. Do you confirm location Royal Inland Hospital as hospital destination? So if I click on that, nothing happens. So how do I accept selection? Yeah. Evening, Wheezy. So I've accepted. There we go. That's looking good now. So because the ambulance wasn't there, it didn't complicate it. I think the accept I had before was maybe for the ambulance. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to the hospital, chaps. I'm really hoping. I really want to get back to Whistler, to the hospital there, because it's actually got the proper. Yeah, we're just going further away, aren't we? That's okay.
Patient on board, take care.
Oh, that's interesting. Bear with me. There we go. Okay, so he's on, that's fine. Patient's on board. We in the back? Yep.
Cabin
Good.
secure. Ready
Cabin
to fly.
secure, flight mode. There you go. That's what we've got to do. Click it. Don't roll the mouse wheel like an idiot. Just click it. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, let's just get everything set up for... Right, trim release on. And let's back away from here. So I'm going to rotate over here and we can start getting some speed and altitude. Hop over the top. Come back on the collective a little bit.
VTOS.
Hey Richard, good to see you here. That was really good.
500,
Post on the scenery there, mate. Thank you for that. It's really transformed that base.
500,
Okay, so I'm still just trying to strike a balance between having some beams on and gaining some altitude, so we don't prang into the rocky stuff. Just bring it over the top. Everything's looking good. Preempt it, but I'm going to say it. I think I'm going to get bitten on the arse with fuel. I certainly didn't load up on a default load, and I'll have a look when we're over the top and in a position to not have to concentrate on the flying so much. There we go. Okay, slip over the top. God, that's beautiful. There we go. Tall mountains. Keep some climb on. Well, let's get some speed going, eh?
VY.
Yeah, I was kind of favouring getting some forward speed on really, and climbing as part of that. It's a nice point to cross over here. Oh, HEI, not a good time to have that. I think here I might well have to circle a bit, because these are some big boys. Nice little bit of turbulence. I always quite like it when you well, it's gone now since I've said that. When you get a bit of turbulence around mountains, it just does add a little bit of authenticity to it. It's going to be so cool doing this in the H160. I hope the action pack comes out fairly soon after the base pack does. I bet you're hoping for a downdraft now, aren't you? Just to see what happens. Brace yourselves, chaps.
500,
Beautiful. Let's have a look outside, eh? safe opportunities to fly from the outside here, but this isn't too bad. I love this repaint. Have that back. Oh, is it a few months? Okay. Well, give me time to. I think what I want to do with the H160 is probably because I've had the benefit of flying this is to learn the systems first. I've only really started looking at autopilot functions and that sort of thing recently. But yeah, I think I'll probably have a look at that first. I know that a lot of the systems and everything are very similar. So that, you know, should make life simpler. Let's watch the so we're not overstressing it. That scenery, my God, look at that. That is why I can't fly in P3D anymore. How you doing, mate? How you feeling? Everything alright? In the back? Actually, that reminds me. Chatting away, keep forgetting about the patient. Okay, just still says vital signs. Fading. Medical diagnostic page. Let's have a look at that. Jane Doe. That's not a good start. If you're a patient on a HEMS flight, you don't really want to be called Jane Doe. I would say that's having a bit of a negative attitude. Heart rate 48 BPM, SpO2 96.1, patient condition is critical, vital signs fading. Well, you don't need to worry about that because we're on the case. I love your kind of dry realism, Richard. Here's me saying, "Oh, can't wait to see it. It's going to be great." And then you come in with a very kind of probably quite true. It's like a fancy dolphin. Probably not many great surprises. I can almost imagine you kicking back with a cigar, with pictures of all the aeroplanes you've flown on the wall behind you, and actually probably speaking the truth. Whereas I'm like a spaniel, getting all excited at the sound of some treats being rattled in front of me. But
500.
I am. I'm genuinely excited to see what it's like, and it's a big helicopter. And you know, the 222B is good fun, but you just know HPG are going to do a cracking job with the H160, so it'll be interesting to do that.
500.
As life has gone on, decided optimism is a better route.
500.
VNE.
Yeah, don't worry. Patient on board. Yeah.
500.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and all that.
500.
Yeah, I got every faith in them. I think that they probably You know, we had the H135, which was the freebie, then the H145, which they put a lot into. You know, I've just got every faith that it's going to be even better. And I just can't help but think they're going to do a great job of it. I think what's really great with the H145 is that you see real world H145 pilots flying it. So as a wannabe simmer, that's always great to see, and it kind of gives you that feeling that, well, there must be something good about this for them to actually want to look at it themselves, you know. I've never flown helicopters, so I've got nothing to compare it to.
500.
And it's interesting to fly one that's so kind of high tech. But sometimes it's also great to jump in that Cowan 500E and just bomb around like an idiot. That's great fun as well. Down there. Right, let's get rid of that. Let's get an eye on the map. We need to get to this hospital. I really do have so much respect for people that do this kind of thing in real life. I can't imagine what it must be like being the pilot, not actually being able to actively jump in the back and do anything about the situation, and knowing that everybody is kind of, you know, you're the guy that's getting the patient to the hospital. Absolutely the same for an ambulance driver. It must be the feeling of, Christ, I need to do my absolute best to get us there quickly and safely. Lovely scenery, though, I have to say. It's another great thing about an add-on like this, actually, is that you don't choose where you're going; it chooses for you. So you get to see sights that are unexpected. Off the patient and we shall call it a day. The longest possible stream delay. Okay. Are you basing that on the chat? are you saying that there's a lag between? Because I've just got it set on whatever the default was. I haven't extended lag out. Well, yes, as in, so you type and then when it appears on the chat is what you're seeing is the delay. Parapet, collected rather.
$500.
Okay, yeah. Must admit, I normally see that when I've watched streamers before. I normally expect a bit of a lag, and I've not set any. I've not artificially extended, the whatever the default lag is. So I'm not sure. But if you're used to having less lag in chats, then obviously I need to have a look at whatever settings I've got. Latency set somewhere in the middle where it said you still want a good visual stream but interact as well, rather than the one that said mainly interaction, because I thought doing a flight sim on that, if the flight sim looks crap but I can answer your comments in a timely manner, it might not quite work very well, if you catch my drift. So a little snowball up there. Bless her heart. She's just clinging on in the back there. Amazing scenery. There we go. Just come around this little bit here through that notch. Using a bit of speed as we're grabbing the height. Once we come over the top here. Just skim across the top. Still quite lucky with the weather. Looks like there's a fair bit of cloud up ahead, but considering that icy start we had, stuck in the clouds coming over the top, we've done all right. Scenery, my God. Okay, I'll have a look and see what my setting is. I didn't mess with too many of the settings because I thought I didn't want to mess about with it. And that one in particular seems okay. I should say, actually, also thinking about it, my response to the chat is probably down to the fact that because I'm flying, I'm not necessarily reading it and responding to it as soon as it's appeared, if you see what I mean. Safety first, Richard, safety first. Bloody gorgeous. This is exactly the kind of flying I love doing. In VR, this would just be superb. Oh, it's a long old route to the hospital. But I believe the end might be in sight. Let's hope not for her. So this is the Royal Inland Hospital. Interested to see what the helipad's like. That's why I was hoping we'd get the Whistler one, because at least you know there's an add-on helipad for that. Whereas this is going to be whatever's baked into the scenery, I should think. Argeos. To be honest, I always find with VR, most of the time I fly as I am now, really because it's easier to read the engine instruments. So I actually, ironically, don't fly in VR that often, but when I do, it's more just for an experience. And I always tend to have to fiddle with my settings a little bit, but to be honest, it tends
We
to
are
be...
losing the patient here. We need to start CPR as soon as possible. Please land ASAP.
It tends to be okay. Did he just say that we need to land? Jesus. Well, this adds a new flavour. Sorry, bear with me.
Hey, CPR
was a high
A8,
touch.
please stand by.
We
It may
crashed.
take time.
Are you all okay?
That was Vortex ring state there. Okay, so I don't know if it's going to need me to put it into idle. I will do. Okay. That's interesting. The fact that patient needs CPR, so they've said right, land the helicopter. Richard, I got the impression it said land ASAP, and it says patient CPR in progress. I think the voice thing was saying, the voice message was basically saying, the heart stopped, you need to land now, we need to do CPR, which is why I unceremoniously brought it round here. And hit a bit of the old vortex ring state. You can't beat a bit of vortex ring state. Yeah, that's how I took it, Platty. Didn't hang about. So we've got low fuel. Yeah, a little bit of low fuel there, but we've probably got enough just to get us there. It's interesting, these tanks. You guys probably know all this already. When I first started flying this, I thought that was like a main tank, and then these were kind of like little tanks on the side, but that's the main tank. They're the actual feeder tanks, so the fuel goes out that way. So that's a boring little fact for you, and a lot of you will know that anyway. Cool. Hey Lewis, how you doing, mate? It's really interesting doing it on YouTube. It's a little bit busier. I've got everything set up now. So I've got my Streamlabs bits and bobs. So I can do things like that. That's not going to do it now, is it? There we go. That's the Discord link, by the way. Anybody who isn't on the Discord, head over there. Great bunch of people. It's all about aeroplanes and helicopters and route flights and real world stuff, photography, model building. Head over there and we'll see you there. And it's So yeah, sorry, Lewis. Yeah, so I think everything seems to be okay. Richard was just saying that I've got quite a long lag between my people typing messages and them appearing in the stream. Hello, we've got another helicopter. Right, let's have one ping only. Hang on, click on that. Get there. It's not showing me any labels. Surely I'd see a label. There we go. That's better. Turn around. The things you do when you're waiting for CPR to be Limes. Hello, Limes. Another 145. Right. They're still doing CPR. Doesn't look good, does it? No, Alistair, I'm using, this is Grass Monkey King Puck. So it's a little box, LEDs, and then up there, next to the webcam, I've got it's like a PS4, whatever it is. Actually, no, it's not that. It's another system. They used to use that. They now use more of a bespoke system. So it's got a lot finer control than Track IR did. It's very sensitive. I actually had to get a blackout blind for the window for when I'm doing it in the day when there's direct sunlight. But it works a treat, and also it's cordless. Track IR was great, but after 12 years the cord was like spaghetti, and that's in the end what actually went on it, as it went into the unit. So but yeah, the eye tracker I wasn't really that interested initially, because I think I'd read a couple of people saying that like if I go in there and now look at that text, it's fairly steady, whereas I think people were saying with the eye tracker it would be kind of jumping around a little bit. I don't know if that's probably something that's been solved now, because all I ever hear is amazing things about the eye tracker. People say they love it, So when this goes kaput, I might well get it. Cheers, Lewis. Thanks for joining, mate. I shall see you on the Discord. Well, they're still doing the CPR. I like it that they're, there's this kind of realistic time frame to it. It's not land, after 2 seconds, patient revived, off we go. It's actually, they're making me sit this out and think, Christ, is she going to pull through? It is slightly unnerving, I have to say. Yeah, cheers, Limes. It was we were lucky just passing over it when they gave the shout out to land. Although the landing could have been a bit less rough, but that was down to me pressing about and trying to get us down quickly. How are we doing fuel? I'm getting a little bit worried about fuel now.
Good. CPR successfully reanimated patient. We are now securing him for the flight. Please wait for clearance.
Okay, right. Let's get back into flight mode at least. Every second counts now, I think. Fuel is bloody low.
Cabin secure. Ready to fly.
Okay. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to put a little bit of extra fuel in, only because I do not want to fly all of this and then suddenly find, we crash without fuel.
Fuel 1 low.
Had I known we were going to be actually having to fly this far, air low, okay, I thought the sim had frozen then. Had I known we were actually going to be flying this far, then we would have done something about it. Good God, there's another helicopter there now. Ah, that's the 500E. And my head tracking has just... Okay, it's come back. It froze for a moment then. Right, let's get going. Let's get moving in the direction. Let's get this poor patient back.
VTOS. VY.
Was that you in the 500, Richard? Nothing newsworthy here at all. Just the RAF doing what the RAF does best. Well, the RAF probably does a lot of things better than what I've just done, but, well, let's face it, probably does everything better. The guy who serves the sausages in the officer's mess on a Sunday morning probably does a better job of that than I did. Plonking the helicopter down there so that they could do the CPR. Absolutely, Guy, that's what it's all about. Bacon roll, cup of tea, quick debrief from the boss, and a medal. Slightly coming in now. See as we're getting close to the cloud. There was a bit of turbulence there. So we'll look outside. So we've got 500 over there. Say, I really hope Panther Repaints does this repaint for the 160 because oh, that would be heaven. Yeah, one more way. It baffles me how someone is clever enough to put the kind of depth into this add-on, this freebie. The Jesus, the name's gone again. Random and everywhere, I think it is. The amount of depth and the surprises, like then, just quite happily flying along, chatting to you guys. Suddenly they're saying you've got to land, we need to do CPR. What? You know, that was, love it. Love it.
500.
Put that on there. Right, we'll just weak it over the top here.
$500.
I will through that notch there. There's a 4-5 up ahead. Simply hearing Ride of the Valkyries in my headset. Wow. over the crest of a ridge, and you suddenly have this view, and the lighting looks like it's raining. So there we go. There's our destination. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying Dodgy Airways. If you've been feeling a little bit peaky, don't worry. This is a medical helicopter. We've got everything you need on board, and we hope you enjoyed the flight. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. Well, not the girl in the back, because you won't want to come back on this again. This has probably been quite a bad experience. Translate that, Richard. We're using text speakers above my radio phraseology.
$500.
I've not heard that before. Yeah, we've got a bit of rain now. So, alright, come on. Wipers, wipers, wipers. Where the bloody hell are the wipers? It's great doing a flight like this because you suddenly learn all these. I don't often fly in rain. It's remembering where everything is, and like with the de-icing that we had to do. One of the things about flying a aircraft like this, where you've got switches all over the place, is that of course in the real thing you would just literally keep your eyes there, reach up, maybe dart your eyes up and down again, and you'd be there. Whereas in this, it's like mouse and clickety-click and hunting around and all that sort of thing. Does make it quite interesting. Hey, thank you, Pete. That's very kind of you, sir. I'm glad my waffle has been entertaining. So we're definitely seeing a little bit more civilization now. I really am intrigued to see what the helipad in this hospital is going to be like. Keep an eye on the wind direction as well. Map, there's only got 5, 4, 6, around about 5 knot average speed. It seems to be moving around a bit. Lovely reflections on the glass now, getting in the way. So coming up on the hospital, once I've got identification, I'm going to close the in fact I think we'll see what it is. I'm going to close the tablet just to give us a bit more so there just over the hill. One of the other cool things in this that I was doing the other night was using the searchlight at night, and I thought it's really atmospheric. I was up in the Highlands, just bumbling around with the searchlight, and I thought this is really atmospheric. But then I thought it's not really going to make a great stream, just me stooging around, poking around with
2 nautical miles from hospital.
poking around with the searchlight. Wow, we really are in a built-up area now. Okay, let's really want to identify where this landing pad is. Where's the wind? Okay. Let's just identify it first, so come around a little bit. See if we've got a... sometimes you get the smoke flare.
'Destination in sight. Medical crew is ready on landing spot.
Excellent. Well, I guess that is... that must be it, but... okay. Jesus. Please tell me that is not the... see something that looks like a helipad, but it's on such a gradient. Okay, we're going to have to get the tablet out and zoom in. Yeah, I think that is it. I think that is it.
$500.
Well, if I come over here, okay, I can see what we're going to do. We're going to zip over the top here. At this point, everyone in the hospital is saying, what the hell is he doing? They don't normally do that when they come here. And then we're going to come over here. And then at least the nose is pointing into wind. Right. Oh, hold it there. Let's close the... Close! I'm trying to fly the helicopter and close the... Ah, damn it. Okay, we'll have to do that again. Try and do a landing like this, I normally either come in too high or sometimes too far, so away the trees.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operation.
So there we go. That's where the crew were, waiting to receive the casualty. They're now using a special technique you don't often see, where they burrow rather than climb round. They'll just burrow straight through the ground to reach the casualty spot. It just saves a bit of time. Bless her heart. I think she might just live. She might just live. Speaking of hot water, have a look at the helicopter area of the Discord. Rapid water boiler. RWB. Deploy the RWB, please. Farewell, patient.
Cabin secure. Ready to fly.
We did it. We did it. So we shall end that now. Well, that was really interesting. That was good. Getting darker now. We wave farewell to the news helicopters. We just submit that report. Yeah, that was good fun. Good learning experience for me. It's kind of showed me actually I need to use this mod a lot more. I tend to just do like one quick thing in it, but it's actually quite fun doing lots of different missions, and also doing it in a different environment, like doing it in a more urban environment. I guess you've got more opportunities to, you're not flying so far through the wilderness, which is what we were doing here, but the scenery was lovely. And it's gone all dark and murky now, but that's what's great. We've gone from, in this journey that we've been on in the last 2 hours or so, we've gone from iced up, flying over the mountains, stuck in cloud, to sunshine, relatively blue skies, to being in the middle of this murk, and it's all gone dark and rainy. I love it. The thing just feels absolutely alive. So, thank you so much for joining the first YouTube live stream, which is what this was. I am also starting out on Twitch. I may stop doing Twitch and just do the live streaming on YouTube. I don't know yet, but we'll see how it goes. Just playing with it at the moment, having some fun. But thanks ever so much for joining. I'm just laughing at this 500E in front here. Anyway, thank you ever so much for coming along. It's been great having you on board. Check out the Discord link that I posted before. It'd be great to see you on the Discord. And yeah, I look forward to flying live here with you again sometime soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.